They made a grave marker. Even though there was no body and the person telling you that, he is still replaying the beginning, still asking what he missed, still wondering what the rules were. Before it was too late. This is Best of All Worlds by Kenneth Oppel. And if you like books that feel like a mix of survival story, mystery, science fiction, and straight up dread, this one gets under your skin fast. And what makes it hit even harder is that it starts out normal. A cottage weekend, a dad, a stepmom, Nia, who is pregnant, a teenage son, Xavier, called Zay, who would rather be gaming, texting, and thinking about D&D strategy than spending time unplugged at the lake. But then he wakes up, and the first sign that something is wrong is not a monster, not an explosion, not a scream, it's no internet. That sounds funny at first. Until he looks outside. Zay looks out the window expecting the lake. Instead, the lake is gone. There's a farm, a red barn, a fenced pasture, goats. The driveway is gone. The road is gone. The neighboring houses are gone. Everything outside the cottage has been replaced. And the scariest part is how perfect it looks. Not ruined, not abandoned, not random, organized, clean, ready. Like someone built a beautiful farm set and dropped their cottage into it. Zay tries his phone. No service, no connection. Then he opens the map, and the part that got me was this detail. He doesn't even get the blue GPS dot. No, you are here. No location. Nothing. It's like the world is saying, you are nowhere. If you want a book that hooks you in the opening chapters, this is exactly that kind of hook because it immediately makes you ask, who did this? How did they do it? And why this family? And Oppel doesn't slow down to explain it all. He lets the fear build while the characters try to act normal. They check the barn, they search for roads, they try to make sense of it. And then they find proof this was not an accident. They have marks on their bodies. Someone did this to them. Zay makes a good narrator for this story because he thinks like a player in a strategy game. If this is a game, what's the first thing you do? You learn the rules, so they pack water, they make a map, they use a compass and a pedometer. They head out to find the edge of whatever this is, and then Zoe walks into something he can't see, not a fence, not glass, an invisible wall. His dad hits it too. Nia hits it too. They throw rocks. The rocks bounce off. It goes up higher than they can reach. It stretches across the landscape. Then they follow it to a creek and realize the wall is doing something impossible. The water seems to pass through, but the barrier is still there. And when Zay's dad attacks it with a crowbar, it gets worse. For a second, they damage it. They see orange material inside, almost alive. Then the wall shocks him, and then it heals itself. That is when this story stops being weird and becomes terrifying, because now the question is not just where are they? It becomes, what kind of place has boundaries that can fight back? And this is where the theme of utopia as a cage fits perfectly. Everything on the farm looks safe, useful, even kind, goats to milk, chickens for eggs, crops, water, shelter. But the second they try to leave, the world reminds them, this place is designed, this place has rules, and they did not agree to them. They spend days trying to escape. They hike and map, they find the wall again, they track it, and then they learn something even worse. The wall curves, it encloses them. They walk for hours and come full circle. They return to the cottage exhausted, scared, and silent, and waiting for them on the deck is a crib. A crib. No one saw who delivered it. No vehicle, no sound, just a message left in plain sight. For Nia, pregnant and trapped, that crib means one thing. You are not leaving. They still don't give up. They try to dig under the wall. They try to throw a rope over it. They try to drill through it, and this part reads like a horror scene because hope is right there. They actually think they may have made a tunnel. They pull out the dowels. They shine a light inside. They scramble to get through before it heals, and the wall starts closing. It catches Dad. It swallows him. Zay is screaming. Nia is pulling. The wall is tightening. Then it spits him back out, alive but with a message that is impossible to misunderstand. Do not try again. This book is a masterclass in tension, and these are just the first few chapters. If you want a story that feels like you're trapped right alongside the characters, you need to check out Best of All Worlds.